Hey everybody, it is time once again for another exciting episode of the Chelada Boys. And after our brief hiatus, we come back to fill you in on our annual Camp Shit-Face trip. Enjoy. I hit it. I nailed it.
Yeah,
so that was the
one.
second try. Fill you in on our... It's a
tongue twister.
You don't think it would be that bad, but we come to fill you in on our annual Camp Shit-Face trip. As you can tell, Posh and I are
back here in the dark.
Are a shade darker.
Just a little bit tanner. Man, what a year.
Hey,
Let's just
Camp
go ahead
Shit-Face 2022 is in the
the bag, baby.
Yes, in the bag, the books.
The bag, the books, all the bees. It's in there.
It's in the record books.
It was the bee's knees this year, too.
It definitely lived up to the hype.
Yeah. Yeah, we hyped it up a lot, and it delivered.
Hopefully the people who enjoyed it would agree, and I think they would, because a lot of them have, a lot of first-timers are like, man, I can't wait for next year. And you know what? Same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the vibe you get.
That feeling doesn't go away.
Yeah, ever.
That's a year-long torture device.
Yeah, wait till you're in the dead of winter and you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
You go step outside and it's cold rain. Mm-hmm. And you're like, man, Shit-Face would never do me like this.
Never. We did get rained on this year.
Did we ever? One night.
Yeah. We got dumped on for a night, but it was a fun night. We still made a lot of it.
Oh man, that was the Randy Newman night.
Yeah.
That was the you got a friend to be.
Oh man, that was such a funny night. That was also the same night that we learned AJ is packing the Schmeat.
Yeah, AJ, sorry. And sorry if you don't want like everyone to know about the size of your wiener, but you know what? We're going to tell everybody. Hey, okay. So, you know what? We're going to take it from the top.
Night one.
That's what she said. I got a little bit of congestion going on, so you'll have to excuse me. But so picture it, innit? We are on a Thursday for Camp Shit-Face. So I wake up. This is my perception of it.
Yeah.
Or perspective. I wake up. It's Thursday, so it's just like a regular day for most other people. Mason had school, so I got up, got him ready. We went out to my brother's house, Vindy, to get some cinder blocks, so I picked up my nephew Jackson so he could ride with us, took them to get some breakfast, and then took them to school after I loaded up them big, giant, heavy fucking cinder blocks.
Which was a lifesaver this year, by the way.
Yeah.
So you'll get to that.
Shout out to you, boy.
Yeah. And to Vinny. Thanks for those.
And Vinny for not carrying them to the gate so I could just pick them up and put them in my truck. I had to walk across like 30 yards or more. Anyway, thanks for the bricks. So, dropped the boys off at school, and I was I was headed to the campsite just to do a little, pre-camp prep.
Right.
I had my lawnmower, and I had, all my shit. I was going to put up the canopies and the tables and the chairs and all that stuff so everybody could just show up and kind of pitch their tent and be ready.
Right, which I appreciate.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, if you don't know, Camp Shit-Face, the hill to get to Camp Shit-Face is like...
We found out the elevation this year, didn't we?
Did we?
I think it's like 1,200 feet.
I don't know. I remember asking
Tyler
the question, but I was pretty litty all weekend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we were drunk.
I don't know, but I know it's like I don't know about the like the angle of the hill though. Maybe the altitude of where we are.
The
is
top,
like
yeah,
1,200 feet or so. But to get up there, it starts off like this, and it just like gets until you get to the top to where it's flat. It just like. It's like
just progressively
and then like
gets steeper.
At the top, it's like this. And if you don't have four-wheel drive, probably not going to make it. If you only have rear-wheel drive truck, before you get to the top peak, you better get a little bit of momentum going because, you're not getting up there.
Yeah.
And it's rugged. It's like rocks and dirt. It's not like a gravel road or nothing. It's like there's ditches and everything in the road. Yeah. So I'm driving up there, right? I'm by myself. I've got my lawnmower in the back and all the shit that I'm getting ready for. And I was going to, because it was pretty grown up. Halfway up the hill, I get a little notification, we'll call it, from my truck. It's like, you're losing tire pressure in your back right tire.
Uh-oh.
I was like, oh, shit. And it was like from 39 to 29 quickly, and I hopped out and I just ran looking. I just heard. I'm like, all right, I'm at least getting to the top of this fucking hill. So I made it to the top, and it wasn't like flat. Whenever I got up there, I still probably had 23 pounds of pressure
in there, yeah.
But it was. So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Stuck on the knob.
I'm
flat
stuck
tire.
up here. I don't have any of my clothes. I don't bring any of my food or anything.
Service is sketchy.
Yeah, service. At least there was some service.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Yeah, because if not, you would have been.
I would have been fucked.
You would have been on a fuck me sandwich.
And then, okay, so I'm sitting here like trying to figure out. I'm messaging some people in my family in the area about, you know,
I need a plug. I need you to come bring a.
I either need a plug or I need you to bring me a jack and some stuff so that I can put this spare on. And my Aunt Rosie was generous enough to actually walk a jack from the bottom of that hill
all the way up
to the top.
Golly, Rosie should have got the trophy. What
the
fuck?
All the way to the top. And you know what? After she had done this, I had already put in motion the plan with AJ. AJ was coming. He was bringing me a plug. He had an air tank that we were going to fill it up. I was just going to plug it and fill it up. I called Rosie to tell her this. And I was like, hey, yeah, my buddy's going to bring me a
air plug,
patch and all this shit. And she's like, so you don't need the jack? I said, you know, I could hear the disappointment in her voice.
She had to walk back down that hill.
I was like, probably not. I don't know. Maybe. Well, I said, well, I probably still need the jack. I might have to take the tire off to plug it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would have to, but she was like, I just walked this thing all the way up the hill. I can see your truck from here. I was like, you just walked a jack all the fucking way up this hill? She did.
What a trooper.
Sure enough, yeah.
What a trooper.
I told her, I was like, Rosie, I don't know if I could have done that.
Yeah. Hats off to you for real.
Thank you.
That's impressive.
So, anyway, while I'm waiting for her, this is a little bit before then, but while I'm waiting on her and to like figure out what I'm gonna do, I'm like, well, fuck it, I might as well clean up while I'm here. So, you know, while I wait for someone to come and rescue me, I'm going to clear out paths. I'm going to clear out the camping area, the general area too. What would you call it? Recreation area.
Just the gathering spot where everybody like sits around. We toss can jam.
Pretty big.
Start a fire.
Pretty big area.
Yeah, it's an open area.
Plus, it was like grown up like a motherfucker, and I'm sitting there with a push mower like, wow. It was. Yeah. There were cuss words spoken. That is facts.
I know it was grown up because what you didn't mow was super tall.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that you were. And it's rocky up there for some reason. Top of the knobs just got rocks on top of it. I think they grow up there. And me and Tyler, I swear, we were kicking them the entire time. We were playing can jam. Yeah,
I was too. But I think it's because it was like bulldozed up there, and it was like just super rocky anyway. And then my uncle had like spread seed up there for grass to grow, and the grass had finally started growing over a year or two.
It's good that you mowed it though. It probably helped it.
Yeah. So anyway, we got all that shit out of the way. Shout out to AJ. He brought the plug up there for me.
Another hero.
I had to pay him back. Yeah. He's a real friend to do it. Just kidding, AJ. But AJ did bring the plug in the air, and I plugged my tire, and I put the air in it, and boom, we was back in business. AJ hung out up there while I went home to take a shower.
Did he ever?
So I went home to take a shower. After I cleaned all that shit up, I took my mower back home. I had basically had an empty empty truck bed other than my my lawnmower. Took all that back home, went home, took a shower. Dude, you should have seen the fucking dirt coming off me. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Grabbed my clothes and everything, and then I stopped and picked us up some wood, and I headed back. When I got back into to McKinney, I stopped at that little corner store, you know, where the road splits.
Yep.
Stopped there, met Tyler, Nick,
Caleb,
Wesley, Caleb, Jared, Chris, and Hunter.
Yep.
Is that right? Is that it?
That was it. That was the crew.
Yeah. Met them all there. They followed me, and we went.
All except for Tyler. That was their first year. Everybody except for Tyler. Yeah. That was their first.
The other 6, it was their first first go round.
As Lucas would call them, freshmen.
Oh, so that's another topic we get to talk about. So we went up there. Everybody started setting their shit up together, and Mr. AJ
was leaning a little.
I'd been gone for fucking 2 hours, like 2.5 maybe.
Well, AJ sees the opportunity,
and he's there for the. I mean, that's what we're there. We're there to get. It's Camp Shit-Faced. We're there to have a good time and just.
That's what we do.
Stop caring about shit that stresses us out throughout the day-to-day life.
Right.
And we get up there, and AJ's pretty sloshed. He's pretty drunk, and it becomes evident whenever I go back down the hill to get you.
Yeah,
and when I was leaving, Tyler had brought a big speaker with a microphone on it, and we were going to like karaoke or something. Maybe
that speaker was an MVP too.
Yeah,
that's a fun one.
But AJ was just fucking yelling it. Like, everybody's just sitting around him. He's got this big loudspeaker. He's holding it in his hand. He's just blah, 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 and he's dying, and everybody else is kind of like, bro, it's kind of like it's busting my eardrums right now. And he's like, and now coming up to bat, it was like that. And we came back up, and he was still fucking doing it whenever me and Posh came back to the top.
So yeah, we got up to the top of the hill after he came to pick me up, and I could tell immediately that AJ was feeling it. AJ was drunk, and he was talking into that thing. Everybody else was kind of sitting around chilling. I think, I've been passing a jiggity around.
AJ was
like
litty.
Yeah, AJ was drunk. Well, AJ took a nap that first night.
AJ took a nap
from like 4:30 to like
9:30,
7 something.
Oh, was it 7 something?
We tried to wake him up at 7. I think he made.
That's
it
right.
Like
we
8,
tried to wake him up at 7:30, and he did not.
Yeah.
So he was okay. If it was any other circumstance, I would have been alarmed. But he was drunk. He was drunk, and when you get that drunk, you're in like a super deep REM, like I'm out.
Sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we couldn't. We were like trying to get. He was breathing. So. Good sign.
Yeah.
But he was laying there, and we just could not get any kind of response out of him. So we was like, fuck it, let him lay there until he's ready to get back up. I swear, bro, it was close to 9.
It was probably 8:30, 9 o'clock when AJ woke up.
But
by that time, we were all drunk.
But the AJ's not the only one that got that fucked up. Hey guys, we are putting this out there.
Everybody's on blast right now.
Yes,
everybody's
get ready.
on blast.
Get ready to relive this. If you are listening
to
to this fucking episode, get ready.
Before we get too far,
yes, I see something going on here.
This is the only thing, liquor-wise, left from Camp Shit-Face.
Wow!
And I brought it with me so that we could
kiss it,
take a little swigs or
just
two.
a commemorative,
just a commemorative for Shit-Face. And it was a Superman flask, and everybody knows I don't fuck with Superman. I'm a Batman guy, so I slapped a Chelada Boy sticker on there.
Where'd you get that flask?
This was a Christmas present. My family knows I'm an alcoholic, so they prep.
See, it's funny because it's not really true, but
it is kind of true.
It's kind of true.
This did come from my parents.
It's still kind of funny right now. A year from now, we might be like,
it's not that funny.
So this is the intervention for Posh.
That's that bourbon, boy.
I don't have anything else to drink with that Posh. I'm going to go get some mustard to chase it with.
Ooh, that'll put some fucking lead in your pencil.
What is it?
It's bourbon.
What kind?
Bullet.
Oh.
It's not bad.
Okay.
It's pretty smooth.
Sorry.
It's pretty smooth.
Oh yeah. So I want to make a confession. So me and Wesley drunk a whole bottle of Hennessy.
Oh
Thursday night.
Yeah, Thursday night.
But I took 2 shots of it, and like they were like,
I watched you take
maybe a little excessive with their chaser, but they were like pre-drink chaser, shot, drink chaser.
Yeah.
And they was like, all right, Dylan, it's your turn. You want the chaser? And you know me.
Dylan don't chase.
I said, he said, you want to drink of this? I was like, nah, I'm good. Shot, wham. And they was like, damn. He's like, you're supposed to do a double. I was like, pour it again. Shot, wham.
Looking at you.
What?
We had
internally.
But out here. Out here.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But I can control that a little bit. But anyway, here's to Camp Shit-Face and all those who attended.
Man, what a good year. And like I said, man, we met those other dudes, and that was their first year, so it was good to meet new friends and make new friends, And
you got
that's it. That's the anthem.
That is the anthem for 2022, anyway.
Yeah.
Last year's was like more classic rock shit, like Bob Seger and shit.
Right.
Which we did get our jam on with a diverse category of music.
We really did. And you know what? Lucas didn't play garbage this year.
Not too bad.
He played some.
But Lucas likes to be the one that plays the music, and it's never anything anyone has ever heard.
Right, yeah. It's always something new.
It's never something I've ever heard.
He did get me on the Echo Pickle Rick song. I've been listening to that all week.
Yeah, that was decent.
Pretty good song.
Rick.
Yeah, I'm Pickle Rick. Yeah, there's a lot of pop culture references in that song, so I think that's why I like
let
it.
it out.
Don't warm you
Let
up.
it out.
But yeah, so first night, Wesley kills this bottle of Hennessy, right? And
I want to try to like
tell it in order.
Yeah, so that we don't miss anything because it's kind of hard to remember because
the first night was literally like I don't think we maybe played a couple games of Can Jam. But for the most part, we were drinking.
We were just partying.
The spirit of Camp Shitface was definitely alive.
It was
the
thick.
first night.
Yeah, you could have cut it in the air because it was thick in the air.
Me and Caleb, I think we probably did like 12 funnels.
Oh
each.
yeah,
Me and Caleb were
that
funneling.
night was the night that I kind of was like one of the early pass outs, wasn't I?
Yeah, you fell asleep in a chair. It was probably like 10 something that
10,
you like
10:30 or 11.
Yeah, that you actually fell asleep.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I don't remember. I remember you guys telling me that you were kind of running into the same thing we did with AJ, where you just couldn't get me to move or anything.
Yeah. I had to like
finally got me up.
I had to like talk you awake, man. Like I put my hand on your knee and like was crouched down beside you and was like, Dylan, I was like, you're gonna be uncomfortable if you sleep like this all night. Let's get you to the back of the truck.
Thank you.
And we finally got you awake. You know, I talked you out of the chair.
I was mad.
He was a little upset, but I mean, anybody is when you're drunk sleeping, and you don't realize that you're in an uncomfortable position because you're comfortable. But
enough.
You're going to wake up tomorrow and you're not going to be drunk anymore and you're not going to be comfortable.
And I guess I was a little vague with my description of how I was sleeping. I was just, I'm going to sleep in my truck. Well, my intentions were to like lift my back seats up, put my little platform down, put my mattress in there, my pillow, and I would have been great. Like I slept the other nights.
Yeah.
Well, I just got in the driver's seat and reclined back and slept in that. And boy, did I wake up with a stitch in my side. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I thought Camp Shitface was canceled the next day because everybody was waking up sore like,
Dude, I was hurting so bad. Me and AJ went to, the next morning, we tried to, like, raise the platform or the canopy. Mm-hmm. And, like, I kind of reached to my side to pull it this way. And my whole rib cage locked up. I thought, remember me asking me, like, where's my liver? Because I think my liver's dying right now.
Yeah.
But luckily it was on the other side.
Top right.
So we were good. Anyway, back to Thursday. AJ patches out early. Everyone and we're never hazy about
we don't fuck with people
taking a nap. Like if you're fucked up, we will encourage you to be like, bro, go get you a 2 or 3 hour nap real quick. Come back and party. Yeah. So if somebody's like feeling that way, we'll encourage you to go regroup and come back, and people do.
Yeah, it's basically a 4-day party, so we expect naps.
There's no bedtime.
Yeah,
it's just when you roll over and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But AJ passed out kind of early. It was like 5.
He had a lot of alcohol in his system.
It was like 5. Yeah,
he was drunk.
He laid down on my cot and he caught him a nap. We laid him in the shade and he was just Gucci. We all just sat around the fire and we were cutting up, talking on the thing. We played Can Jam, and depending on who was playing, either Tyler was commentating the game or I was, and that shit was hilarious. I thought personally,
it was good times.
But we called them the Pulaski boys. Those are the 6 that came with Tyler that didn't
the freshmen
hadn't been there yet. Freshmen, as Lucas would call them, and one of them, Jared. He was drinking like IPAs. Like, it's a no-no. This is a no-no. You don't drink exclusively IPAs. You might sprinkle one in every
you want to pace
5
yourself.
or 6 hours. Maybe sprinkle one in.
You want to start with that light stuff.
But my man's was hitting the truths, and then he was juice forcing, and then he was like penny riling, and then he was like
hitting them IPAs hard.
Next thing you know, he's passed out in his seat, just in his chair, sitting by the fire. We don't think anything of it. He's just kind of
laid back.
Well, next thing I know, I look over, and Jared is... Let me try to give you
a visual. Basically just laying on his own shoulder.
And a cascade of vomit is just...
rolling down his arm.
And then I'm like, oh, shit, bro, are you okay? And then I look again, he's like... And usually I'm not good with that, but I was drunk, so I kind of didn't care.
I didn't see
but
that.
I was a little concerned with him. And we all packed these little portable showers with us. So I grabbed the shower and I was rinsing him off, and Tyler was kind of like extending his sleeve so that it all kind of like rinses off, and we clean him up real good, and we're like checking on, we're
family.
We're 30 fucking years old, okay? Yeah. We're not 18, 17-year-olds where we
draw
just
dicks on his face. And
we're gonna make sure everybody's okay. So we were just trying to make sure he was okay.
Yeah.
And he was, and I got him another shirt to change into because he'd only anticipated to stay the night, so he didn't bring a change of clothes. So there he is with puke sleeve, and
yeah, it's still fun.
Luckily, I had like a shirt that he could wear, and we got him in that, so he was cleaned up. Wasn't really eventful as far as like playing Can Jam, and we threw football a little bit. We
just drank, really.
Yeah, we were drinking.
We was drinking hard.
And then that night, everybody passed. What were y'all doing? What were we doing at the table? We started to play poker.
No, that was the first night. We didn't play poker. I think we were just. Oh, maybe we did.
Yeah,
we
played like a little warm up.
Yeah,
poker.
we were just playing like.
It wasn't the official game that we had planned.
Right, we were just kind of practicing.
Yeah. That's the night that I passed out or whatever.
So Dylan falls asleep in the chair. The rest of the night goes on. This entire time we're playing poker, me and Caleb are taking funnels to the face. He'll get up, and when Caleb's drunk...
Yeah.
Caleb, first of all, let's just talk about Caleb. He's a redhead dude, super redhead, but this guy pounds every beer he drinks. He doesn't drink it, like open the top and drink. He shotguns.
It's shotgun beer.
Every beer or funnels, every single beer. So, I mean, when you're walking around with a legend like this, you kind of got to do funnels with him, you know what I'm saying? So,
and Caleb has this little, like, once he's drunk,
he'll pick
he's like, let's do a funnel. And if you're like, no, he's like, fucking pussy.
Yeah, pussy. So he kept calling me a pussy all night, and I was like, well, fuck it, I'm going to do the funnels. So me and him probably slammed 13 funnels in the night, and at this point, everybody else is getting pretty fucking drunk too, and Wesley... Poor Wesley, man. That bottle of...
He drank the whole bottle. With the exception of 2 shots from me.
And maybe like a shot...
1 or 2 from Caleb, maybe.
Yeah, barely. But he drank, I would say, a good 80% of that bottle.
Yeah, easily.
To the face. And we ate like kings the entire time we were out there. So the first night was steak tacos. Steak tacos.
Shout out to my cousin Amber for cooking those. Those were fantastic.
They were great. Except for Wesley threw about 8
3
pounds. Yeah. 8 pounds of that back up with the Henny. I swear to God, I've never seen a puke pile that big.
Standalone.
Yeah, like a mountain. It was a knob on top. We were at 1,201 feet with that fucking puke pile.
Yeah. Tell everybody his positioning of his body when he did throw up.
So he could barely make it to the edge of this platform that we're on, right? So like he gets his head to the edge, and he's laying on his stomach and just has his head over the edge.
Arms straight, legs
completely
straight.
Laying just like a board, but just his head over. And he's puking, and I'm drunk at this point. So I got the big microphone that AJ was talking into, and I'm right next to his head with the microphone. Like literally got the thing sitting right next to his noggin, and I'm in the microphone, and I was like, "You're gonna be okay, buddy."
Probably
everything
the worst thing.
Yeah, the worst thing for him. And I was just yelling in his ear. I was like, "Everything's gonna be fine. Posh is here to take care." He was rubbing his back and shit. But yeah, so we had like 3, and then Caleb. Later that night, right, the night starts to wear down. We get Dylan in the truck. Everybody else is still up. I think it's me, Tyler, Big Nick, and I don't know if it's Hunter. I think it's Hunter. Hunter's.
What about Chris?
And maybe Chris was still awake, too. Chris was quiet. He was hard to keep track of.
Chris, bro, I made a joke. Because Chris was quiet. He stayed in his chair, never said nothing, anything. Little skinny guy. And he just stayed there and kept his sunglasses on. I was like, Chris looks like we broke him out of the nursing home. And Chris looks like he usually rides in a fucking wheelchair. And he did.
Yeah, that was a funny joke.
We did. Yeah.
We all laughed at that.
So you guys are all sitting up.
We were all sitting up, and then I end up, like, I don't know. I think I was waiting on something. I couldn't find my phone. That's it. I couldn't find my phone. I was like, fuck, dude. And I was like, it's dark outside. There's no service. There's no way I'm going to find it at night. So I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So I just went to go lay in bed, and Tyler comes out of the shadows. He's like, Posh. And I was like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, did you say you couldn't find your phone? I was like, yeah. He's like, it was in Dylan's truck, and hands it to me. I was like, life savor. I thought, about getting back up and going to the party, but I was like, I'm already laying on this air mattress.
Yeah.
I
It's
just went
feeling
to sleep.
too nice.
But apparently throughout the night, Caleb, the guy that's been funneling beers,
Slept on a cot. He didn't bring a tent.
Yeah,
he slept
he
on a
was
cot
sleeping
with a
outside on
big
the cot.
1970s fucking zip-up sleeping bag. This motherfucker was old.
older than all of us.
Yes, combined probably.
And it was the first sleeping bag ever made. And,
It
and
was
he
the
threw
prototype.
up. He threw up in it. So
Yeah.
yeah, he threw up.
And apparently that was common knowledge through the night.
I think Tyler
Tyler
Nick
and like a few guys noticed
see
He
it,
was
yeah.
throwing up. Thank God they did, because that could have been very fucking bad.
That's the one thing I worry about is like people going to sleep and throwing up. Like,
Yeah.
I want you on your side.
Yeah. But anyway, so he did that. Fast forward to the morning. I am the first one awake. I
Yep.
get up in my truck. I like fucking get out from this little upright position that I slept in for 8 hours, maybe 7. And I get up and nobody's moving around, and I go take me a big old steamy, and I was the first one to poop.
Take a dump.
Yeah, I was the first one to poop. You know what?
Negative a point.
I didn't want. Yeah, I started off with a negative point because you lose a point for the first person to poop.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just like take that worry off everybody's mind, because that poop, when you take it, man, it's not worth holding. So anyway, I went and took my duty, and I come back, and Caleb is kind of like shuffling around a little bit. He's not awake, but he like shuffle and turn over every little bit. And, I kind of talk to him for a second, and I get a little bit of out of it.
Mumbling.
And then, let's camp shit-face, baby. So I smack a bottle of water, drink a little Pedialyte, and I grab me a beer.
Get started.
I walk over to the middle of the camping area where all the tents are circled up, and where all the tents are so.
I remember you walking over there. I woke up like 10 minutes after you went over there and talked to us.
But I walked over there, and everybody's snoozing. All you hear is just from six different tents. Yeah. And I'm just checking on everybody and just making sure everybody's good before I do what I had planned. And everybody's sleeping good. And I step in the middle and I go, "Ain't no party like a shit-face party, because a shit-face party don't stop." Click. And
cranked it open.
Open the beer up, and then Posh goes,
Yeah.
And that was all I got out of anybody. Tyler, I think, was out. He was sleeping. By the way, Tyler is a mouth-open sleeper.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Catching bugs.
he was sleeping like that. And then Wesley and
wakes up in the morning and takes pictures of them.
Yeah.
Spits them out.
So I go back, and nobody's getting up. Everybody's still sleeping. And I go over there and I start talking to Caleb. And he's like, "Bro, my throat stinks so bad." I was like, "Oh damn, did you throw up too?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, it fucking stinks." And I'm like, "Where did you?" Like, I'm looking to the side of his cot, and I'm like, "Where did you throw up?" And he's like, "I don't know, fucking know, dude. It's over somewhere. It fucking stinks." And I was like, "Well, what is it? Just like a bunch of beer or something? Probably you just probably threw up here. We can't see it. It's just beer." And he's like, "I don't know, dude." So he lays back down, and I get the fire going back again, and I'm sitting there, and I'm drinking my beer, and then I hear Caleb behind me like shuffling around again. He's like, "Dude, this fucking puke stinks, dude." I'm like, "I don't smell anything. I really don't." I walked over there beside him, kind of like just to look. I didn't get too close, but just to try to see where he had thrown up, and I couldn't see it. And then next thing you know, like, he sits up and he's like, "Oh, it's in my fucking sleeping bag."
Yeah.
He's like, "I fucking threw up on myself last night." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you slept in it all night?" So he gets up,
Been there.
dusts his shirt, kind of
Let me take a swig.
dusts his shirt off and his sleeping bag, and lays back in it. Goes back to sleep. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together.
Pastor.
Get it together.
El
We're here.
Pastor.
We're somewhere different. We're on the So
Anyways.
anyway, he
That last one got me.
yeah, I thought that was a bad idea. But anyway, I just want to make sure you're okay.
There'll be more.
Yeah.
There will be more.
He gets up, cleans the shit off, and then he just lays back in it. But it was all dried up and shit, so it was
Right. It's
kinda,
just like crusty.
yeah.
Whatever.
And then I start to hear a little shuffling in the tent area, and that's when people start to wake up. Yeah. Posh, I think you were the first one, and then everyone else, and then Tyler kind of like finally came out.
I think Hunter slept till like noon.
Hunter slept forever.
He slept till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon that day.
And then we got up. We all kind of like conglomerated under the canopies, and AJ made breakfast, and we ate, and we cooked. We started the day again.
Started drinking, which Friday was really a day of just like all of us like sitting together and talking and like chasing shade spots. Like that's all we did.
No. Saturday was like that. Saturday was more
Saturday?
like that.
I thought it was Friday.
No,
I thought Saturday was overcast.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
Friday
right.
was.
Sorry, forgive me.
Yeah,
but we played Can Jam mostly that day.
Undefeated again. Hold on. Let me just go ahead and toot
Thank
this
God
horn.
for Tyler. Man.
Oh bullshit! Come on now. Me and Tyler. I feel like
it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Tyler's good. Tyler's really good.
The best one.
Tyler's
the best.
But I think I'm on his heels. I'm right there with him.
Am I good?
You are good. I think we had 5 like good players.
Nick was decent.
Nick
was pretty decent.
Chris, Tyler, me, and you.
Chris was good too.
Chris was good.
Chris was pretty good too.
Chris was really good. So
yeah.
I don't think he got to play as much as he wanted to because he got a shitty hand on a team.
Did me and Nick not beat you and somebody?
No. You almost did. You got close, and then you busted, and then we fucking
that's when we
back.
were playing the bust shit. Yeah.
So undefeated.
Oh, yeah, good job. Congratulations, Posh.
Me and Tyler 2 years in a row undefeated. So
congrats.
Yeah.
Way to go. Anyway, a new topic.
It was fate though because we spun the little thing. We had the little spinner thing, and it picked me
and
first,
you guys did.
And then it spun again, and it hit Tyler. We were like, "Well, that's a wrap."
I was like, "This is bullshit." But we played Can Jam. I don't want to like bore you with like deep like. I just want to kind of like hit the highlights. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hunter also was a napper all weekend.
Yeah.
Hunter and AJ napped a lot that weekend. Me and you, Posh, we fucking powered through all weekend.
I didn't nap once.
You came close Friday.
I did come close Friday.
Well,
dude, that day I was so stoned, bro.
Yeah,
I was so stoned. Everybody kept telling me, like, go take a nap. And I was like, nah, Lucas will be here soon.
Yeah.
Sterling's going to be here soon.
You remember whenever because I learned my lesson from Thursday night. I was not sleeping like that again. So I pretty early I put my bed in the back seat of my truck and like pulled the seats up, main platform, filled it up and all that. So I had started my truck and I was kind of like doing a test run, and I had this whole back seat. The whole thing was just bed, pillow at the end, my blanket, and I had the AC cranking in that bitch. And I just laid in it for a second just to test, and it was nice. And I remember bringing you up to it. And I'm like, bro, climb in there and take you a good old nap. It's cold in there.
Yeah.
And you looked at it for a second. No, man, I'm all right. Are you sure? Because I know it looked good.
I thought about it.
I know it looked good.
But when you're at shit-face, bro, for me, naps are hard because I don't want to miss a thing.
Exactly.
Because when somebody's sleeping, something funny is happening.
Something is always going down.
Something really funny is happening, and you're missing out.
There's only one year I ever napped, and it was last year. I think I took like an hour nap.
Yeah.
And then I woke up. Like I went to sleep on the cot. And then it was in the shade. When I woke up, the sun was cooking my asshole. So I was like, get up time.
Yeah.
So what were some of the highlights from Friday?
Friday was really just a chill day. Lucas and them showed up.
Lucas showed up Thursday night for a little bit.
Yeah, he did show up a little bit Thursday
randomly.
Night. It was like an hour. He showed up and then went back because he had to work the next day.
I remember Friday night, though. Friday night was eventful. It was kind of weird.
That was the first night of the poker night, too.
Yeah. So poker night. We're just... the highlight of Friday night was we got drunk, and then Friday night was poker night. Mm-hmm. So we started playing poker. What did we have? 8 people?
Yeah, it was 8. We started out with 8.
8 people, $5 buy-in for everybody. So we had a $40 pot.
Yep.
And your boy was clapping asses all night, son.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a fucking
Dylan had a
mountain of chips.
Dylan had a bank.
Chris was so easy to get out because he would bet everything on nothing.
Yeah, he would have like...
He called... I'll never forget that hand. Yeah. He went all in after. Like, he could have... I called.
That was Saturday, though. That was Saturday morning.
No, it was Friday night. They left Saturday.
Yeah, but they played the rest of their hands. Like, we knocked like 4
Maybe
people
right.
out.
Maybe right.
The only person that got knocked out Friday night was Wesley. Wesley was the first one out. And then after that, the Pulaski guys started to fall. And I think a lot of that had to do with they were ready to go home.
Right.
So they So they started throwing everything in.
Yeah.
And Dylan was cashing in on them.
Yeah.
And then for the longest time, it was just you, me, and AJ.
And then AJ, that's when he passed out, and you and I just divvied up. He didn't have a whole lot. We just divvied up his chips, and then we never played again.
Yeah.
I would have won, but out of the kindness of my heart, I proposed to Posh that we just split the pot.
Because me and him could have been there for the rest of the trip.
We could have been there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, for a while.
If any kind of tide started to turn, it really would have went on forever. So we just went ahead and split it. Anyway, Friday night.
Which I'm grateful for because it bought weed the following week. So
you're welcome.
Appreciate that.
So Friday night, we're playing poker. Everybody's just hanging out. We got music playing. We've got like lights in the canopy in the corner. It was sweet, honestly.
It was a good deal.
It was
we had
well lit area. We were just fucking playing poker. Lucas hated it.
Yeah.
Because Lucas likes to be
the center
roasted. Yeah, the center of attention for a lot.
We still love you, Lucas.
Yeah. No jab, but Lucas likes to have your attention.
Yeah.
Always. Poker game requires your attention. Always.
He did pretty good,
for
though.
A long time.
He bothered us like the first 30 minutes.
And then he went to bed.
Yeah, he went.
Then he stole my vape and went to bed.
He did, because we couldn't find him. I
remember forgetting where he was at.
We were looking for Lucas, and I was like, I think he's in his hammock. And I just looked over to where he normally hangs his hammock. I was like, Lucas, are you over there? And all you see is that little blue light from a fucking vape light up.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah. So
we're sitting there playing, and then we start to notice someone walking up the fucking, like, towards us out of the darkness. It was night. It was like probably close to midnight.
Right.
And we see some, like, this person coming walking up. You can't tell who it is. It's dark. They're walking through the darkness. And then she gets up to the platform and literally just walks right on by. Just keeps walking and walks, like, starts to walk into the woods. You can't see anything in those woods.
It's dark.
She had no light, no phone, no nothing to see.
It was just as the sun was going down, too, when she was here.
Okay, so it wasn't that dark.
I think it was Thursday night that she came up.
No,
there.
we were playing poker.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. Because Lucas, remember, he had the interaction with the guy coming.
I'm pretty sure it was Thursday night, because then the country vampires showed up the first night we were playing poker. Your cousin Jonathan and his little buddies, and they just sat in the dark the whole time. Couldn't see their faces.
Yeah. Well, anyway, one of the nights, this woman just walks up, and she's just like, I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I just come to see what you guys were doing. I said, who are you? She said, oh, I'm just a person.
Just a person. Right. So am I.
What?
Nice to meet you.
So she's saying all this as she's saying this, she just continues to walk. She never stops. She's like, I'm just a person. I was like, I'm sitting there, like, as she keeps walking, I look around at everybody, and I stood up and I, like, walked to the back. I was like, who the fuck are you? Why are you up here? She's like, oh, I just come to see what you guys are doing. I was like, why?
Do you live here?
Why are you here?
Are you close by?
Who? I was like, what is your fucking? Who are you?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm just nobody. It's like she's just continually walking into the darkness. Never seen her again.
And then, totally, like, walked, like, 30 yards into the woods where we go take a shit and took a hard left.
Yeah.
And never saw her again.
And then,
I don't know.
Apparently, there was some guy at the bottom of a hill just walking around with a shotgun.
We drove down there that night to go confront that guy because we were just a little too drunk.
And then he started walking toward the truck with a shotgun, and I threw that bitch in reverse and got back up to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And apparently, that guy, like, keeps an eye over our land at night because they have, like, some kind of trouble with people coming in and trying to take parts off of some of the junk cars. There's, like, a junkyard there.
Yeah, they got a junkyard in the back.
So he was, like, guarding it, and he didn't. Apparently, my aunt hadn't told him that we were coming up there, and he was like, "What y'all doing?" He didn't ever come up there, but he was kind of wondering what we were doing. But that was weird as fuck.
Yeah, it was random. That was random. But we always have, like, some sort of tweaker come down a hill
Just
or
show
up a hill
up
on us. Yeah, that always happens.
It's like an annual occurrence.
It is. The first year we ever went, we had a tweaker come down, and I had just got done rolling a joint and, like, stuck it behind my ear, and that dude was like, actually, y'all got a joint? You're about to smoke? And I was like, nah, we're not going to smoke it right now. He's like, all right, well, I'll get on as soon as he left. I lit it up. And we started. It's like, fucking, man, we don't want tweakers.
Yeah, we don't know you.
Yeah, this is invite only.
We do not want Hep B, please.
Yeah. So,
or C, Hep C. Yeah.
So the poker night went on. I think, bro, we all just started getting tired.
Yeah.
Like, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and, like, you could just see it on everybody's face that nobody was feeling it anymore, and the hands were taking too long because, like, some people were way too drunk to be playing.
They were either taking too long or they were just boring hands and no one had anything, and it was just like, call.
Yeah.
Somebody won 3 chips. But
sometimes it gets lame.
Yeah.
So we took a break. Friday night, I feel like, was the most uneventful night. We got drunk. Don't get me
wrong. It was fun. No,
but
it was
like
a good
nothing
time.
like crazy happened.
Right.
And
just
then
listening to music, playing poker, and drinking.
And then Saturday came around. And Saturday was the day, man. As far as I'm concerned, Saturday was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
The whole, like, throughout the entire day.
You start to tell the story. I got to run to the potty.
Okay.
So you go ahead.
So Saturday morning, we wake up, right? I wake up violently because I have to take a shit. Bad shit. And the night before, I ate a whole bag of Takis. And I'm not built for that. I'm white with heartburn.
Like, you had eaten spicy food, too, right?
Yeah, I was eating spicy food. We did, like, a hot sauce tasting, like, the day before. AJ brought, like, 7 different types of hot sauce, and we tried them all, and he was like, this one's mild. And it was actually like a dragon's asshole, super fucking hot. They were all pretty hot except for, like, 3 of them. And so we did that, and then we played poker that night, and, you know, I fucking ate a whole bag of Takis. So I wake up the next morning, and I have to shit super bad. And, like, this is, like, my first time taking a dump at Camp Shit-Faced on top of the knob. So I'm like, fuck, man, I hope I can find this toilet before I shit my pants. I walk back through there, and then, you know, you start to see, like, toilet paper piles, and you're like, all right, I'm in the right spot. I take a dump. I come back, and AJ's up, and Dylan was taking, like, a 3-year piss. It took him forever. Like, I went into the woods to take a dump while Dylan was taking a piss. I took a shit, came back, got a beer, and sat down by the fire before Dylan was done taking a piss. And then I remember looking over the fire at AJ, and I was like, bro, I'm just not feeling it right now. I was like, I still feel really bad. And I went, like, over in the tree line and threw up real quick, just like a quick little blip, and it was all Takis, super red, and it burned coming up. And I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, I still feel like shit. So I went and laid back down in my tent for like an hour. Didn't really go back to sleep, was just kind of chilling, you know, in there and trying to catch a breeze. And got back up, caught my second wind, baby. I was feeling real good. Drank a little bit of water while I was laying in there, and it turned my life around. Got out. I think more people were waking up at this time. Tyler and the group, the Pulaski boys, were all starting to wake up. And we went over there. We got to drinking, playing some Can Jam. It was a good overcast day. Dylan informed me that, you know, the Pulaski guys were thinking about going home, which is, you know, Tyler's got a wife who's super duper pregnant, like within minutes away from giving birth to a child at any time. So the fact that he even got to come was pretty awesome. So I understand why they left. And plus, you know, day 3, you're kind of sweaty, your balls stink, like everything's you've been sitting in the sun for 2 days straight, so you're starting to feel the wares of camp. So they all wake up, and you know, it's not like they packed up and got out like super fast. They slowly packed, and they hung around for a little bit, ate breakfast. We played the rest of the hands of poker, took a group photo. Nothing really too eventful in the morning, and then those guys, you know, it was, once again, it's such a pleasure to meet new friends, you know what I'm saying, like people that I can't wait to see again next year. So I love all of you guys were super fun, and you made this year probably the best year. I think they just keep getting better, honestly. Like each Camp Shit-Face just keeps trumping the one before it. So me and Dylan had that 3rd year epiphany where it was just super hot, and we're like, we got to bring this back to spring, and it's just been perfect ever since. And yeah, you guys really made it. It was a lot of fun. So they left, and then it was just me, Sterling, AJ, Dylan, and Lucas. And we got hammered. We ate so much fucking food. We drank and drank and drank and drank and drank and ate and ate and ate and ate. And AJ, by 4 o'clock, was schmammered. Like drunk as fuck. Drunk. Couldn't stand up, falling over and stuff, and me and Lucas decided that we're going to get him to the tent. We're all like, fuck, how are we going to get AJ to his tent, you know, get him laid down and stuff, and Lucas was like, fuck it, I can do it. And he does. He picks him straight up, puts him on his shoulder, and starts carrying him to his tent, and I'm assisting Lucas. I unzip the tent, and Lucas drops AJ's to me, and I catch him, and we, like, put him in the tent, and we got a pretty funny video of that. I think I fingered Lucas' butthole like 30 times. It was pretty fun. What else happened? We're all just sitting, man, we're just smoking joints and fucking, we were playing Frisbee. It was just such a good time. I don't know how to, like, I know it sounds like a bunch of redundant shit over and over again. Like, yeah, we were funneling beers and you know, Lucas is pretty good at funneling himself. He doesn't quit. Lucas is a different animal. Let's just take a moment to talk about Lucas. This guy wakes up and pours half a bottle of bourbon in some sort of cup with something else, some mystery liquid. I don't know what else he pours in there. It might be coffee. It might just be bourbon. I don't know, but he drinks it. And that morning, it was like lunchtime, and he burped, and I swear to God, it smelled like a distillery. Lucas is a different breed. Funneled every beer that morning. I mean, was just getting down. And if you know Lucas, you know him by Twitch probably, and that nickname is so fitting because he is just spastic. I love him, but he's spastic, and his stories go on and on and on, and some of them are really funny. Like, he told me a story about he was in Danville, and there was some dog barking in a window. And he was like, I played Who Let the Dogs Out, and every time I was like, Who Let the Dogs Out, I was like, bark, bark, the dog would bark in the window. And I was like, that story is so fucking far-fetched. There's no way it's real. And sure enough, he pulls a video up on his phone, and he told the absolute truth. Everything he said happened.
You talking about Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling him how he's a different breed. Like, he'll wake up in the morning and just, like, pour bourbon in his, like when he burped at noon, it was like a distillery.
It wasn't noon.
Yeah.
When he burped at like 9 in the morning,
yeah,
I felt like I took a shot.
Yeah, he assaulted my nasal passages.
Yeah. Like, sorry about the delay. That was
so I had to take a sloppy one.
An emergency, and I tried to make it quick, but it was like wiping a marker down there, so it took a little while.
I got it home about Saturday morning. Waking up, and the Pulaski guys got ready. It's not like they just like got up and dipped out.
Right, they hung out.
They hung out for a little bit.
Tyler came up, and he's like, got some sad news. I think we're going to leave today. And it's understandable. Tyler's got an 8+ month pregnant wife.
Yeah, that's what I said. Baby mama's ready to pop at any moment.
Yeah. So.
And congratulations, by the way. I didn't even know you had a kid on the way.
Yeah.
Michaela was like, I told Michaela that. She was like, duh, they post that shit on Facebook all the time. I was like, hey, because I'm just a dumbass. Don't pay attention. This is about waterfalls.
Yeah. Little Aubrey.
Yeah. So Little Aubrey, that's a beautiful name.
Yeah. So yeah, any day on that now. So Saturday, where were you at in the story? They had left.
They had left, and that we started playing poker. AJ got drunk. I told him about us taking him to the tent.
That was so funny.
That's a great video. If you have a TikTok, go find the Chelada Boys TikTok. There's a video of like a 20-second video of our camp shit.
It's 30 seconds, yeah.
And it's hilarious. It's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen.
I've watched it so many times.
I've probably watched it 1,000 times since
I've watched it. Realistically, I probably watched it 70 times, 80 times.
I'm like at 80 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got 160 views, and me and Posh are all of them.
Yeah. Man, I do love it, though. There's like that part where you and me are sitting in that little double chair.
That was you and Lucas.
Was it me and Lucas?
No.
Okay, yeah. Me and Lucas were sitting in that little double chair, and he's got his arm around me, and I'm like melted into the chair.
He just like got his beer,
and I was like, we were just dancing. Yeah. Man, I do love Lucas. He's such a fun guy, man. He is fun.
That is the spirit of shit-faced.
Yeah, it's a great video. If you have a TikTok, go find that.
The Chelada Boys podcast on TikTok.
Yep, it's hilarious.
So Saturday, that's when Sterling showed up.
Friday night. Yeah, we were waiting on Sterling to start the poker game.
Yeah, he was.
But he brought the meats, boy.
Yeah,
he was like Arby's. He brought the tri-tips, the fucking summer sausages, the cured hams.
That mid-afternoon tips he made.
Oh, my dude. This is like the juiciest piece of meat I've ever put in my mouth. Homo.
It took no time for those to be gone.
Yeah.
So shout out to Sterling for that.
Really good.
He also made burgers for us Friday night.
Right, yeah.
Friday
night and like Saturday afternoon, I think.
Because Friday night was when AJ was it the night we put him in? No, Saturday night.
No, Saturday night.
But AJ got drunk that night, too. I'm pretty sure he napped because he was like, I got to make fajitas. No, he made fucking hobo steaks Friday. Saturday AJ, was the day he was like, I got to make fajitas. And that's when
too drunk,
Sterling made the burgers. But anyway, we had plenty of food. There was no hunger to be dealt with at Shit-Faced. We don't fuck around.
Real quick, some honorable mentions about the Pulaski guys. Hunter was hilarious.
Hunter?
It wasn't like that he said anything super funny. It
was
just like
he was
his person,
vaguely funny.
His personality
not
is
vaguely,
really funny.
but it was vague things that he did
funny
that were
about
hilarious.
Hunter anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not anything bad. Like, you just made me giggle.
Yeah,
and
that one, me and Tyler died whenever he like told Tyler something, and like he said it like.
was whispering,
and then he was like, "What?" And then he just mouthed it. He did that shit to me too, and I died, dude.
But there was something that happened at Shit-Face that I think I'm the only person that saw, and it happened to Tyler. And I'm gonna tell this story, Tyler, and I want you to know I love you. But this was so funny, bro.
Okay.
We were playing frisbee, right? And Tyler gets a little extra with his catches sometimes. So he was trying to catch one under his leg, and he threw his right leg up to catch it under his leg, and he threw his right leg up so hard that his left leg left the ground, and he fucking landed on his ass and back. He shit kicked himself into the air, like whoop, and bam, landed on his back. He popped up so fast. And he was like, I can't believe I just fucking did that and all that shit. And I was laughing, and like we looked around and all of you had your backs turned. He was like, I guess I'm lucky nobody else saw that. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything tonight, but podcast time comes around. I'm telling this story.
It's coming up.
It was funny. It was just funny to see. It was like a Charlie Chaplin move. Like, you just see him like shit whip himself onto the ground. And I know he landed on a rock because there's nothing but rocks up there.
Yeah. And Lucas did this casual puke. He just spit in front of the fucking steps,
right
dude.
Where we were walking.
What a douchebag move.
That was Saturday morning too.
Yeah.
He drank that full cup of bourbon and was like, bleh, bleh. And I was like, damn, Lucas. He's
different monster.
Lucas's whole point was, it was okay for Wesley to puke on this side, but I puke over here. I was like, Wesley made it over here, and he drank a whole bottle of Henny.
Yeah.
Made it to this edge where nobody walks. And
you put it right by the steps.
Yeah, you puked right by the stairs.
That we needed, by the way.
Yeah.
Because the previous year, we didn't have those steps. So it was like big step up and big drop off every time you got on and off the platform.
Yeah, you had to go to the chiropractor after Shit-Face.
By the end, your knee and your hip were fucked.
Yeah, your hips were on a different
I remember
axis.
my knee being like kind of swollen, like at the end of last year's.
I remember my ankle hurting. I was like, fuck, dude, my ankle is killing me.
My knee was the one that hurt me.
Yeah. My ankle and my hips really killed, bro.
Yeah.
Like my hip, I was like, fuck, for like that whole year after, or not the year, but that year, like for like a month after, I was like, dude, my hip is not right.
Was it Friday night that we hung out in the truck, all of us? It was?
No, that was Saturday night. Okay, so
after it had rained.
AJ had passed. No, this is before it rained.
Was it?
This is before it started raining. Yeah. We were all pretty trash. So Saturday night, we get AJ into the tent. This is when I fingered Lucas's butthole, that whole funny video. And then we go back on to like hanging out. I think you, me, Lucas, and Sterling start throwing frisbee. Like we're just playing frisbee and tossing back and forth and shit. And then
real quick, we came up with our own game. We called it Shit Can.
Oh yeah, dude, that game was sick.
We came up with our own game.
That was fun.
I built it, but you know, whatever.
No, it was
it was fun.
Clutch. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It's a 3-on-3 game, and everybody's got a frisbee. You all three throw at the same time, or at least close to the same time, and the other team can't interfere before it gets past the front of the can. You have to at least let it reach the front of the can.
Right.
And if you intercept it, it's 1 point.
Yep.
If you make it, the rest of it is just the same. You know,
basically
hit the can, still 2. If it goes in the top, it's 3. If you make it in, it's game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun.
We had a good time.
Anyway, Saturday night, we were sitting in my truck. We're listening to Lucas's music. He's playing a bunch of shit. We're all drunk. We're all just feeling, whatever.
Dancing.
There's always a little dance sesh once we're all drunk. Everybody just feeling good.
There's probably like 16 different dances just through like this whole thing, through the whole Shit-Face.
Yeah.
But by the truck, I swear, me and Sterling thought we were in a nightclub.
So
VIP.
I look over, I take my phone, and this is in the video at the end. I take my phone and like I get right up on Lucas, and he's like trying to rap this song. I want to mention that he didn't know the words, but he's like, and I was like, you don't even know the words, and then like I cut back over to Posh and Sterling, and they are just fucking got their backs to me, and they are shaking them things. I died laughing. It was so fucking funny.
We was feeling it.
Yeah.
Sterling's a good time.
Yeah.
And then it starts. Okay, so somebody texts us. I think Tyler sends us a text, and he's like, y'all got a big motherfucking storm heading your way. And we're drunk, so we're
and
like,
I'd got messages from people too,
Yeah, we're like, we don't give a shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then, kaboom, you hear
all
thunder, and then it's just fucking
a torrential
downpour.
Fucking downpour.
Yeah. So
and
that,
then
like,
Sterling's over cooking hot dogs and shit, and like we had to pull the table in a little bit while he's cooking. And
pull the canopy over top of him so he could cook, and
we just waited it out.
Yeah,
Lucas walking around in it like it's nothing.
Yeah, not afraid of pneumonia.
Pair of basketball shorts, just walking around.
No underwear, no shirt, just basketball shorts. That's all this man's wearing.
I'm like, dude, I'm freezing. I didn't have a shirt on. Lucas gave me one
Tarzan
of
on
his
top
extra
of the knob.
larges, which is too small for my fat ass. But it was welcome because I was cold. But I put that on, and that's when I did the Randy Newman thing. That
yeah, you got a friend in me.
Yeah.
So funny, because I remember when you and me were, doing your back deck over here.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it was born.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we got on it. I think I was like, "Oh, look at them Toy Story clouds."
That's
and
exactly
Dylan,
right.
And
That's
Dylan
exactly
was
right.
like, "You got." Yeah.
So I got to make a face every time, and I'm gonna like move my mic so you can see it. I'm sure you can still hear me a little bit, but I go, "You got a friend to be. You got a friend to be with the roller." And I just kept going.
And I think we laughed about that for like an hour.
They were like, all right, Dylan, we're gonna make a video, do it. And then I was drunk, I forgot the words while I was on the spot. I was like, you got a friend in me. And then I was like, you got a friend in me. And just kept saying, I was like, all right, hang on, start over. And I had to recite the words, and then I made the video. But it was funny as hell.
And then
we got poured on.
We got dumped on, and it rained the rest of the night for the most part. It kind of eased up towards the end.
Before the rain hit, AJ's in his tent sleeping, and we hear zzz, and AJ steps out of his tent, gets his feet. I don't even know if his feet were out of his tent.
I think one of them was. He got 1 foot out
of his tent, hangs that motherfucking meat hammer out of his pants.
Dude, AJ's packing a loaf of bread down there.
It is
the biggest dick I've ever seen. It's the biggest dick I've ever seen. I'm so proud that it's in my bloodline. Like, I'm so proud of my brother.
I remember, like, no one else had really noticed it, and I was like, what an absolute fucking unit.
No, it was Sterling. Sterling saw it, and, like, okay, so Sterling is looking directly at the tent. I'm sitting next to you. Lucas is in front of me, right? We're in, like, this little semicircle, and Sterling's facing right toward AJ's tent. We hear zoop, and we're like, AJ's getting up, sweet. And Dylan was like, nah, AJ's not getting up.
AJ's not up.
AJ wasn't awake. So AJ, like he says, flops this Pringle can out to take a piss out of.
Fucking can of Febreze.
Fucking Sterling goes, look at the dick on this guy. Like, everybody pans over, and AJ's holding this fucking white anaconda, taking a piss out of it. And we all, for like, I think until we left, we just made jokes about how big AJ's penis was.
Yeah.
And AJ was loving it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When AJ woke up the next day and I told him that morning, I was like, bro, you stepped outside of your tent and pulled that big old iguana out and took a piss.
You pulled out that fucking serial killer.
And took a piss. I was like, all of us were talking about how big your fucking dick was all night long.
By the time you started to pee, it took it 3 minutes and 13 seconds for it to reach the end of your dick to actually be out.
Sterling was like, I remember like looking down, and I was like, I remember like looking where the head should have been. He's like, and all I saw was flesh. He's like, I just kept looking down, it was just flesh and flesh and flesh. He's like, finally I saw this golf ball size head at the bottom. I was like, holy shit.
He got out and started peeing, and like everybody's like, oh, all right, AJ. He's like, all right, damn. You know, they were talking to him like, damn, AJ, all this. He's like, well, we're glad you're up. And I was like, AJ's not up. I was like, AJ got just out of his tent. Well, not AJ. AJ's body pulled him out of the tent so that he could pee somewhere that wasn't inside of his tent.
That was it. His body was on autopilot.
Literally, after he peed, he pulled his... I don't even think he zipped. He just pulled his pants back up and fell back into his...
If AJ was alert, we never would have saw his dick.
Yeah.
He would have turned the other way and pissed the other way, but he faced us to took a piss. So.
Yes, and he falls straight back into his tent, and...
we go zip him up, and
we zipped up the screen, and then it started pouring, and it was pouring too much, and AJ got a little water.
Got a little wet.
Yeah.
But damn, it was worth it, bro, because we got to see that fucking python.
You can say you got a big dick, and no one can say you're lying.
Yeah,
because damn,
bro. Who's getting
Chelsea?
the most?
You can never accidentally see that.
I think it would scare most people.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I think that big of a wiener is almost
probably a problem.
Almost an inconvenience.
We talked it up so much that we got to the point where we started to come up with cons. We're like, what's the negatives?
Well,
of having
Lucas
a dick
was
that
the
big?
one coming up with it. He's like, I never heard no complaints about mine.
Yeah, Lucas is kind of taking it personal.
Lucas was getting offended because we kept talking about how big AJ's dick was.
Ain't got nothing to do. You just ain't matching what AJ's got, man.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are.
We're
We can
not
put all three of our
high
dicks
schoolers
together and maybe match AJ's.
Yeah, we're not high school anymore. Dick is a dick.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm a moss with a mushroom hanging out of it. That's it.
I got some schmeat, but I ain't nothing like. I ain't got nothing like that, boy. I ain't got nothing like. I'm slightly above average. AJ's never been anywhere close to average.
AJ is Congolian.
Yeah, AJ's got the
That's what Sterling was talking about. He's like, the average penis size in the Congo is 9.2 inches. AJ's got one bigger than that.
Yeah, AJ's out here making these Congos blush.
Anyway, we're gonna get off the topic of AJ's fucking penis for a second while we can. We talked about it.
Motherfucker's got an elbow.
yes. He's got a folded arm. He's got one of these hanging. He pissed out of this. AJ pulled my elbow out, contorted, and peed out of it.
AJ's dick has a dick, and AJ's dick's dick is bigger than your dick.
And that's if he folds it in half.
Exactly. But yeah, we'll get off AJ's dick now. It's going to take a while.
Yeah,
but
give us a minute.
Yeah, it's a big
one. So we got poured on, we ate, we danced, we did all that.
Coming up on Sunday morning.
Woke up Sunday.
Sad days.
That's the sad day.
It is the hard day.
But,
we got the motherfucking thing done.
Yes.
We always tell ourselves that we're usually out of there by like one
at the latest.
We always tell ourselves too. We're always like, but there's no rush. Like even if we don't get out by 1, it's no big deal. But for some reason, we're always done by 1. Everything's packed up.
But the thing is, the first thing we do is get the load up done.
Mm-hmm.
Keep ourselves a couple chairs to sit in and drink a beer or two to kind of like knock the fucking the buzz off.
Yeah.
Or not the buzz, but
the
like
hangover.
the ache.
Yeah, just the.
So we'll drink a beer or two. Unless you're Lucas, you'll drink a 5th and shotgun 5 beers and
funnel them all.
Yeah. But we just hang out. We get all our shit put up, and then at 12:30, we were heading down the bottom of the knob, headed back home. We had the Camp Shit-Face flag flying in the back of my truck.
Yeah, that was cool.
Flew all the way home, and it's hanging up in my garage right now.
Such a good year. Like I was telling them too that like I feel like every year since our 3rd year has just got progressively better.
Yeah,
like just progressively. So
and we always have these expectations that it's just going to be such an amazing, like almost feels like unrealistic expectations, and it always exceeds them.
And it goes above and beyond every time. Every time you're like, it's gonna be better than last year, and in the back of your head you're like, there's no way you can top what we did last year.
Yeah.
And then you're on Saturday night and you're like, this is the best fucking time I've ever had up here.
Yes.
Yeah. It's incredible, man. And I'm so thankful that I got to meet, like I said, the new friends, the new Pulaski boys, and just get to hang with my OGs. It's been coming every year.
Yeah.
Get to hang with Sterling. That's always a pleasure because I don't think I get to see him till
Shit-Face.
Shit-Face is when I get to see Sterling. Unless I see him in Bassin and Danville or something like that, I'll see him cruising through. But
we've got 3 OGs right now.
Yep,
three day ones. Me, you, and Lucas.
Yep. There's only 3 of us that have been to every single
all
Camp
5.
Shit-Face. Yep, all 5 of them.
Think about this. We were 25 when we started doing this.
It's crazy, bro.
25 when we started doing this.
I just wish we had the top of the knob every year because I feel like we would have had a lot more comebacks from year 1.
Oh yeah, we would have. We would have been at 30 by this year.
Yeah. But now that we do have the
16's good. Did you talk about Dylan coming up and playing guitar?
No, holy fuck! How did we miss that? We had live music
while we played poker. While we tried to finish up our poker game Saturday.
I'm calling him D. Weiland.
My brother Vinny and his brother-in-law Dylan came up, and Dylan drank a beer or 2 with us, and Vinny brought his guns and stuff like they do, and everybody shot guns. I was a little too drunk, so I didn't really feel comfortable with it.
I didn't play with the shotguns. I shot AJ's 22, but
I didn't really feel comfortable with it. Yeah, AJ would shoot that motherfucker randomly and just scare the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah,
but
AJ's got that itis where he's got to be like loud. Yeah, he's kind of got that Lucas.
Him and Lucas are one and the same kind of. But Dylan sat there for 45 minutes to an hour and played songs that one or all of us knew, and we all just sung along. That was
sang our heart is out.
That was like, our heart is, yeah. We
sang them all out.
When he sung Old Red, come on somebody, why don't we all was like, Old Red's a happy little. It was fucking awesome. And then if we came up with a request and he didn't know it, he'd look it up and literally play the song.
Yeah, look it up on his phone.
Quick.
Look at it for like 30 seconds. Be like, okay, yeah, I think I could do that. Then fucking play the song perfectly.
Yeah.
We're like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, Tyler Childers, I don't even know, bro. There's two Dylans, so I like to call him D. Weiland because he's got a Y in his name.
Yeah, yeah.
And he Weiland out. That boy
Yeah,
great. But so D. Weiland.
I changed his name in the chat to Childers.
Yeah, he's got an incredible voice.
Yes, he does.
Like the fact that he could play the guitar as well he does is impressive enough. But the fact that he could do
folk,
it and
country-ish, kind of like the Tyler Childers,
sets it over the top, bro. I was bricked up for him for 2 hours. I was
Why
like, bro,
are you leaving?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't stay. They just came for like
couple
2
hours,
hours. Yeah. And I took them back to the bottom of the hill. I'm glad they came, though. I hopefully one year they can.
I need a night.
Yes,
I need a night around the fire.
I need exactly. I need it to be dark.
Yeah.
I need us to all be around the fire, pretty lit, drinking beers, and just listening.
Singing Airplanes.
Yeah,
by fucking Gary Allan.
That is another one that
dude.
He
that
played.
was that. I've been listening to that song all week. It's like at the top of my YouTube playlist now.
Yes.
Because I've just been blasting it.
Yes. So that's I think we got it all. I think we covered everything.
I swear that dude could pull so much punasi.
Yeah, if he wasn't already married.
If he wasn't already married and had a beautiful family, which he does. So
yes.
I mean, I get it, but bro, if you was
shout out to Destiny and Tax.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great time. I feel like we've covered everything, but I'm sure there will be something after we hit stop that we'll be like,
fuck,
how did we not talk about that?
It's one of those things that like it plays out perfectly from the first moment you get there to the moment you leave. Everything that you couldn't expect to happen happened. It's so much fun,
and it goes from 9 in the morning till 8 at night. Like
yeah, quick, bro.
Just
that first
quick.
day, that Friday that we were there all day long, it seemed like night came.
Yeah,
like that.
in
bro.
no time.
I was like, what the fuck? We've only moved like 3 shade spots, and now it's nighttime. I expected to move like 8 shade spots before.
I remember riding back home with you on Sunday, and I remember talking to you and being like, I can't believe it's already over.
You know how long we waited?
It was a blink of an eye.
And how long those 4 days were before we went to Camp Shit-Face, and how fast those 4 days went when we were at Camp Shit-Face is insane. It's so true that time is relative.
Yes.
Because like if you're having fun, time is moving on by. If you're waiting for something like that's fun, time is dragging ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sucks.
Okay. Next year's Camp Shit-Face officially kicks off on
April 27th?
April the 28th.
8th?
Or was it the 27th?
27th to the 30th is what I believe.
factual?
Factuals.
Okay.
Oh, I memorized it as soon as I saw it. And I told my
April
entire
27th.
family.
Yeah. So
your
we
boy's
are
on it.
Yeah. Sorry. Damn. I'm
Yeah.
glad you remember that.
Yeah.
We are 342 days away from Camp Shit-Faced.
We're on the move,
2023.
boys. We are on the move.
2023. We are 342 days away from the 6th annual.
I'm going to be 31.
I'll be 31 as well.
Let's go, bro. It's going to be fun.
We'll be 40. It'll be
it
our
was funny
15th year.
Sterling said, he's like, are we going to be those guys like 40 still coming up here? And we were all like, I hope.
Yeah.
I fucking hope so.
Damn right we are.
Well, let's make that happen.
If not here, we'll be somewhere doing this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was
Camp Shit-Face,
that was
man.
Shit-Face 2022.
If you're a person that wants to go to Camp Shit-Face and you're a dude and like we kind of know you,
that's the thing. No sexist shit.
It's not. Yeah, it's
but
not.
we all have women, and if my wife was having a girls trip,
great.
I wouldn't be cool with
Right.
a guy being there.
Right, exactly. So that's
just
how
common
we
courtesy kind of thing.
just how we play it. Now we
Yeah.
can't help crackheads that walk up a hill.
Right. Can't do
But
nothing
we
about
kick.
that.
We were kicking that bitch to the rocks, anyways.
Yeah, we
like,
were
yo.
mad that she was there.
Yeah, we're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah.
Tweakers,
But
man.
if you if you're a Chelada Boy listener and you want to come to Camp Shit-Face, reach out to us. We'll try to make that happen.
Yeah, it's such a great time, guys. And you don't have to stay the whole time. Don't feel like you're obligated to go through Thursday through Sunday. You can just come one night.
But if you come Thursday, you'll want to be there till Sunday.
Yeah, you'll be waking up Saturday morning and going to brunch with your wife like, fuck.
Because I remember waking up Friday and my side hurting so fucking bad I couldn't even stand up for a second. Did you kill it?
Gone.
But I remember waking up and my side hurting so bad, and like kind of Tyler brought it up like, yeah, we might fuck around and everybody might leave Saturday, and I was like kind of like, maybe, man, my side. And
when his side was hurting and everybody's saying that, like in the back of my head I was like, no, don't say that.
So I was like, yeah, maybe. And Saturday came and my side wasn't as bad, and I started feeling it. I was like, I'm not fucking leaving. I was like DiCaprio on Wall Street, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, I'm not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's how I feel when Shit-Face is coming around.
Yeah. But
Gotta
anyway,
pump those numbers up.
Hope
baby.
you guys enjoyed the
recap
of Shit-Face 2022. There's a 2021 that has also been recorded, recapped, that we have on if you want to go back and listen to it too, and know what went on the previous year. But like I say, every year seems to be better than the last,
and you're going to be able to track them from here on out. So you'll be able to know
that's
what
the thing
we did.
That's the thing that I appreciate about this now is years from now, this will keep my memory fresh.
Right, we'll be able to go back and be like, oh yeah, that's what happened. Wesley did get fucked up that night.
Yeah. Jared did cascade vomit over his arm. Dylan did put on a live fucking concert for us.
I wish those guys could have stayed. I wish Caleb and Jared could have stayed longer than one night.
I wish they all would have stayed till Sunday, but I understand. No, I get it.
Everybody could saw AJ's fucking hammer.
Yeah, I told Tyler, I said, next year, don't get your wife pregnant.
Yeah, stay off of her for a couple months, man. Just give her a break.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, like, plant the seed in January or something,
or like right before we go to Camp Shit-Face.
Yeah. So you don't have to miss any appointments or anything too. Good idea. Yeah.
Just get her pregnant like 2 weeks before.
Get her pregnant the night before.
Hopefully you guys are thinking about coming to an end because you're gonna have.
Yeah, you got 3 kids now.
You're coming up on a basketball team.
Yeah. You're working on a roster right now. But I know last time we were on, I was like, we're going to be back on schedule. We'll be back. We're going to be a regularly scheduled program.
We had a lot of shit happen.
A lot of stuff went down. So we didn't. But now we're back.
Back on Squish.
The Chelada Boys are back. I'm back on Squish.
We're back on Squidgels.
Yeah. The Chelada Boys are back, and we will be back
next
every week from then on, hopefully.
Yeah. Up until Shit-Face. Then it gets a little patchy.
As per usual, it's been your boy Dylan.
This is Posh.
And if you ain't had you a Chelada, go get you one. If you don't like it, drink it to your right. We'll see y'all next week when we talk about whatever the fuck we decide we're going to talk about.
See ya.
Peace.